Man,
I'm not allowed to say
They're
it.
just being fucking assholes. Yeah. Like, I'm surprised they haven't died of leaky vaginas already. Just shut the fuck up.
I often find myself in a weird place politically because it's like, I think we should take care of the immigrants while simultaneously thinking more people should get eaten by bears.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
That's perfectly reasonable. Because anybody can get eaten by a bear. They don't have to be an immigrant or...
I wish we had more bears, I think, is the end point. Like, just... Not, I don't want
Bears,
you to have to
wolves,
go out
tigers,
in the woods.
lions.
I would love for there to be way more mountain lions and fucking tigers in Michigan, especially.
If we had more man-eating beasts roaming around out there,
we'd be a lot nicer to each other.
Yes, we would.
That's for damn sure. It's like, hey, you remember that dude we met last week? We had a drink with him. Seemed like a cool guy. Yeah, he got eaten by a tiger this morning.
He's dead.
Well, fuck. I think you'd rearrange a lot of your priorities if that was a bigger... Like, I think we have it too easy as Americans, and that's why we're so shitty to each other.
Dude, it's so easy to get on your phone and say... But here's how I liken it. You know, contrary to popular opinion, I feel like I do have a filter. So when I see things or interact with people, a lot of times... the worst possible thought will go through my head
100%.
first.
Yeah.
And then I have to talk myself out of that. And it could be the nicest possible situation. I don't have to talk myself out of it, but for whatever reason, my head goes to the fucking worst possible.
Oh, yeah. Anybody that comes into my job after 5 o'clock, it's like, just go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Like, I hope you just get obliterated by throwing stars before you get to the counter and I have to talk to you. And then they might be the nicest person in the world.
Yeah.
And might have a cool conversation about some random shit that has nothing to do with my job. But
Yeah.
it's like...
But now it's so easy to fucking just be mean to people.
Yes.
Because you get on your fucking phone and you, either type the first thing in your head, which is super mean, or B, you go with the calculated fucking mean thing that you're like, I am going to fucking try to really hurt this person.
See, I don't do that. I don't actually... say things with the intent to hurt anybody.
See, my comments are usually...
You told your coworkers you wanted them to fucking die today.
Yeah. That was just what was in my heart. I didn't tell them that I am planning on killing them or anything like that. I just said I hope they die. I mean, that seems perfectly reasonable to me.
I mean... it's kind of reasonable.
I was just wishing physical harm on them.
What would happen if they got into a car accident and died on the way home from work, right after you fucking said it to them, and they died? What would you... do you honestly feel like...
Okay.
Do you honestly feel like...
Here's something that's a little fucked up.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and admit it, because... one of my previous jobs.
I like admissions.
One of my previous jobs, there was a person that came back that had been gone for a long time. And everybody was so excited this person was coming back. And they got back, and they were just fucking terrible at their job. I'm like, why was everybody so excited? And then it came down that they were diagnosed with diabetes. And I'm allowed to talk about this because I'm pre-diabetic, all right? So just calm the fuck down, internet. So I suggested we have a going away party for her foot. That did not
Her foot
go over well. And then she died like 2 weeks later. From some, I don't know what she died from. Like I don't have any details on it. And indifference is what I felt. I was just like, I know a lot of people are sad. Like I didn't know her that well, and it was just like,
dude,
it was another statistic to me. Like that might sound cold, but that's the reality of it. Is I didn't know this chick. I got to work with her for like 4 shifts. I don't know.
So many people don't want to admit that shit. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't have sympathy for people that I don't know and that have had no impact on my life whatsoever.
Well, wasn't it Stalin that said like 1 death is a tragedy, 1 million deaths is a statistic? Like I don't think that's entirely true. I
Dude, we are episode 11, and that is by far the smartest thing that has been said on this fucking podcast.
Holy shit!
Was it Stalin that said?
You need to step up your guess game. Apparently,
So look,
I'm just repeating shit I heard on other podcasts.
Yeah.
So.
I forgot what we were talking about.
Dead people.
Wishing death on coworkers.
Yeah.
Is that
No, it's just fucking. My coworker that died in July. I think he died on the 4th of July.
Oh.
So he died on the 4th of July. He was not born on the 4th of July. Go ahead.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Did you like him or was he a fucking asshole?
No, I liked him.
Okay.
He was a good dude. But here's the thing. If I don't know somebody really well, I still like them. I don't know somebody really well. And they die, it's just like, I'm sad for a bit, maybe if I talk about it, but then after the initial 24, 48 hours, it doesn't really bum me out anymore. And I feel like a fucking dick saying that.
No, but I mean, if we're being honest, you gotta know somebody to feel sad about them dying. Like,
right. It has to have.
Let's take it back to last year when Chris Cornell killed himself.
Yeah.
And it was like, yeah, I'm bummed out that Soundgarden's not going to make another record, but I didn't know the dude.
But here, I'll take it. I got the opposite view on that because that really bummed me out. Like Tom Petty's another one. That really
Tom Petty bummed me out.
But
I did cry when Tom Petty died.
Dude, I ugly cried. But that's the thing. No, and that you also disagreed with yourself.
I did
a little bit.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that probably several more times before we're done.
Because I disagree so much with the people that say, "Oh, you can't." You see this fucking shit on Facebook. You cried for fucking Chris Cornell, and you couldn't cry for this veteran, this Marine that died.
Did that guy ever write a hit song?
And it's not even that necessarily. It's that music becomes such a part of it. It becomes a part of your life.
You feel like you know that person.
Yeah, absolutely.
You feel like you fucking know him. That's that I can't get past that argument because I bet, and I know you don't agree with me because I know you hate Metallica, but I fucking love Metallica.
I don't hate Metallica. I wouldn't call myself a Metallica fan, but I don't hate Metallica.
Well, no. Well, there are some people that do.
That equals hate.
Huh?
That equals hate. If you don't love them, you hate them. Motherfucker.
Disagree entirely.
He took it way more personal than I thought he would.
Did. Yeah.
But if Hetfield died, fuck, dude.
You'd be ruined for a week.
I would, dude. I don't even know if I'd be able to do a show for 2-3 days in a row.
Shit.
I don't think I could.
Well, if fucking Joe Rogan or Tom Segura goes down in a plane crash, I'm gonna be like, well, what the fuck,
Dude, I was like that when Carlin died.
Yeah.
Pretty much. I was wrecked, man. I could barely do a radio show. Fuck. When Chris Cornell, no. Was it Chris Cornell? I did a radio show.
It was a rough one.
Yeah.
No.
No, I remember I tried to do a show when elementary school shooting.
Mm-hmm. I don't even want to fucking
Sandy
say
Hook.
his name.
Sandy Hook, yeah. When that happened, I was doing a radio show and it was just coming across, and I'm like, this was a bad decision to talk about it.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to do a radio show and I was like blubbering like a fucking asshole through it.
I remember.
Yeah. And when that shit happens, I'm the worst fucking person to have on the air because I don't think I'm like a super emo motherfucker because I'm fairly cold-hearted, but I'll fucking like sob. I cried for the last 25 minutes of the fucking Bohemian Rhapsody movie.
Now, here's where I think I'm fucked up as a person is I see a situation like that happen, and I look at like, okay, what is the fucking social backlash going to be like from this? Like, how are we going to have to measure our speech on the internet because of this event from now on? Like,
dude, you are like Matt Cirilli was on the podcast, and you know, I love having this conversation with you and with him because of how free speech gets attacked.
Oh,
like you and him are just the one of the forerunners, at least in the Traverse City comedy scene, that talk about it. But
I've been called a forerunner. I don't know what to do with myself.
No, man,
I'm just a scumbag, man.
Yeah,
Aren't we all?
Yeah. But no, do you feel like, because I do feel like there is like this like counter, what would you call is it a PC movement? Is it where you can't say shit? You can't say a fucking thing.
It's an overreach of emotion is what I think it is.
So I think there's a counter movement to that that's even greater, where people are now trying to just say, fuck you, we're going to, that's even greater than that one.
Kind of, but I don't think anybody has enough direction or foresight to actually make a point worth following.
And there's a side to that's a detractor, that it's the fucking assholes that are going to say, oh, well, I can be a total fucking racist douchebag now.
Yeah.
And say whatever I want.
That's the problem. Is they,
and they're going to say,
think,
and if somebody complains about it, oh, you're ruining my free speech. Fuck off.
But that's the problem, is people think by being the edgelord, so to speak, like, and people infringing on that's free speech. It's like, well, that doesn't. Free speech is a thing, but that doesn't entitle you to be an asshole. That doesn't free you from consequence.
Right.
But at the same time, we have to allow unpopular opinions to exist, because that's how conversations happen, and that's how we solve
That's
shit.
how conversations happen, and that's how, I mean, as much as I hate fucking Westboro Baptist Church, like, they're allowed to fucking protest the fuck outside.
The way the Constitution reads, they have a right to do what they do. And I also have a right to disagree and counter-protest to every fucking thing they do. And that's what's important to remember. The thing is, it's like, the opposition to bad speech isn't no speech. It's better speech. So anybody telling me that, like, you can't say that because it offends me.
Nobody wants to have that dialogue, though.
Yeah, but hold on. Because if you say you can't say that because it offends me, then you need to tell me what you're going to say that's better than what I'm saying, instead of not saying anything. Because
no, that's a great argument to have, but nobody is going to take it right now. You know what I mean?
Well,
like, you can say, like, I don't know, man. I don't even want to give an example.
The thing is, like, offensive speech, that the whole idea behind offensive speech is bullshit for the most part.
100%.
Because anything can offend somebody.
Well, being offended is also
fucking
a choice.
Country music actually offends me.
Yeah.
Country music offends me.
I agree 100% on that.
But I'm never going to say somebody can't fucking listen to it. I'll say they shouldn't.
Modern country offends me.
My opinion is you're fucking stupid.
Right.
That's my opinion.
I don't know. It's the whole free speech thing is like, fucking, can we relax about noises we make with our face? They're just fucking words, man. Nobody took a rocket launcher and blew up your village. You heard something that made you feel bad. You're going to let it ruin your whole life? Why? Don't you have better things to do with your time?
No, that's the thing. They fucking don't.
Yeah, they don't. That's true.
Dude, these motherfuckers.
They need to get on that Red Dead Redemption.
They are.
You got stagecoaches to rob, motherfucker.
They're professional fucking tweeters that create 75% of the drama.
I probably should have had like 2 less drinks, because I'm getting a little...
Are you getting combative?
A little. Yeah, I don't know, because the free speech thing bothers me. It's like, I do think you should be able to say whatever the fuck you want. That's the whole point of being an American. But also, if everybody disagrees with what you said, you should suffer the consequences. But who's to say what you can and can't say? Like, who are the ones drawing the lines in the sand of what is protected speech and what isn't? That's my biggest problem, is who is making those decisions.
Here's the thing.
I don't think there's ever going to be a point in this country where somebody says you can't say this.
But that's what's happening right now.
There's a social aspect to
You're talking about a legal
speech.
aspect.
But there's no legal aspect.
Absolutely.
to it.
But that social aspect is costing people careers.
All right. But that's totally up to
Well, no, that's
society.
Here's the thing. It is a very vocal minority that are losing their minds about Roseanne, and losing their mind about a number of any other things. So it's a vocal minority. Once that fucking siren gets blared, then it will get sent up the chain and go to I totally got distracted.
I'm like, what the fuck is Darth Vader in here?
No, it'll fucking once that those first few tweets and they get retweeted. Oh my god, what a fucking outrage! Then you're fucked.
Well, that's the problem. I think is that most people are going with their first instinct when they see, a tweet or something offensive, something that's been retweeted. They go with the first well, fuck that guy. We don't want to see him ever again. Instead of critically thinking what are the surrounding circumstances of what he said? Also, was this a dozen years ago and has this person changed since then? That's also something really important we need to focus on as a culture, I think. It's dude, I don't believe anything I believed 20 years ago. At all.
You make fun of me for my apathy, but do you think this world would be a better place if people... If somebody heard somebody say something offensive and everybody said, I don't give a fuck.
Yes, I do think the world would be a better place if that was the thing.
Yeah.
I miss apathy. I have a whole bit about this where I miss not having to take a side on every issue.
I want people, and as fucked up as it is to say, I want people to know right from wrong. And I want them to fucking, it's fucked up to be racist. It's really fucked up.
For sure.
But if I can't tell a black guy joke or something, just in fucking good humor or something, then that's fucked.
Right, I understand. When I was in high school, I was talking, there were 3 black kids in Kalkaska when I was in high school.
There's still only 3 black kids.
Right, I know.
Yeah.
But I was friends with all of them. And I was talking to one of them, and both of them were in my Spanish class. I was talking to one of them, and the other one was within earshot of our conversation. And he said something about somebody thought that I think that somebody thought that I was stealing something. And I said, well, isn't that what you people do? And, and the other guy goes, oh, you motherfucker. But I mean, they clearly both knew I was joking.
If you're saying it to somebody as a friend, it's different.
Yeah,
I'm not going to dispute. You.
I think that's the whole problem with
when a Jew and a Catholic are hanging out and they're making jokes about each other. It's the same shit, It's
the whole thing with opinion pieces in media, all the things you read about. Oh, this is now offensive and this isn't. But if you go and actually hang out with people. I don't know. I've hung out with black dudes, and I'm like, let's get down to the root of it. What are the things that offend you? And they're like, dude, when people call me a person of color, that's the fucking worst. I'm a black dude, okay?
That is the fucking best sum up of that conversation, because most of the racist people that you meet almost never spend any amount of time with anybody else of a different culture, a different language, a different or whatever. So they don't get to know anybody. No. Most of your racist people are in fucking predominantly white areas, so they have no fucking idea. As soon as you start actually talking to a black dude or a Spanish dude for that you work with, or when I was in the army, you're actually living with and talking to these fucking people.
Absolutely.
That's how you get rid of it, and that's how you get your fucking once people just figure that out.
Once you realize
the big answer to everything is fucking education.
That's not wrong. And I'm not talking about public school education. I'm talking about educating yourself, getting out, knowing different people.
Right. I mean, education through any means.
Yeah.
Is important.
Right. I wanted to clarify that it was education as in self-education versus school education.
Right. Actually caring about something, learning something.
Learning doesn't end. It really doesn't. I thought my teachers who told me that in elementary school were full of shit because what they were teaching me was bullshit. And
basically everything you learned in elementary school was bullshit anyway.
Could have done without a lot of that, but
there was a lot of glorious whitewashing of European settlers in Michigan for Michigan history. I remember thinking back on some of those things that I learned in Michigan history in 4th grade, and I'm just like, wow, that was really fucking yeah. Those are great settlers. Those are great people.
Oh, Michigan had a rich Native American history, and now they're just wedged into a couple areas throughout the state. We should probably talk about that.
It's a totally, I don't know, man. I'm friends with Native Americans and that, but
of course,
here's how it was weird. I've been on the reservation in Leelanau or Sutton's Bay or whatever, and it's it's
no different than a lot of white neighborhoods.
Well, I know, but I went to Montana, and it was the fucking stereotypical Uber, not Uber, the app that lets you stay places. What the fuck is that? Airbnb. Staying at my Airbnb, and it was a reservation right there, and it was exactly what you expect. It was so just like the different
classes,
different realities, or
sure. Well, you don't even have to go to
that fucking story
Montana,
at 0 point.
That's good because I was fucking having trouble finding it.
Yeah.
Go to Detroit and go from Grosse Pointe to the next neighborhood over. It's like mansions next to like bombed out ghettos. I mean, I don't think it's as much of a race thing as it is a disparity thing. It's like people with money call the shots.
No, man, it's like, and a lot of these racist fucking people live in poor, white.
That's the most frustrating
areas.
thing.
And it's like, dude, you're just like you're not fucked because of these people. You're fucked like these people.
Exactly.
Like you're not fucking. If they were white people living in that neighborhood, they would be just as fucking poor.
I'm gonna get angry emails over this podcast. I can feel it.
Dude, if I could get angry emails on this podcast, I'd be happy. Jesus Christ. You are a comedian / musician with the band The Droogs.
That's them.
What does The Droogs got going on?
We have, I think, one show booked. I don't remember when it is. It's a slow time of year for us right now.
You guys put on such a fun fucking show, man.
Oh, thank you, man.
No, you really do. And I was talking to Sletter about this. We had Sletter on for the first Legal Weed podcast.
Oh, yeah. I wish I would have been on that one.
Dude, look, I should have got you to do it. No, I love him. He's a good dude, but I picked him specifically because I know how he gets when he's fucking high.
Just real quick, I want to just, what has changed in your life since weed became legal?
Well, I don't have to worry about the wrong people seeing me if my neighbors are a cop.
Fucking nothing. You're just not a criminal anymore.
Right.
That's
that's exactly it. Nothing. It's exactly the same. I smoked weed before you got here.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah. I have not yet today, but I probably will. But I feel good being able to say that on
that's
camera
the thing, man.
and not have any.
Thing.
I won't. I just got drug tested today.
Oh, well, you're good then. Let's fire it up.
Well, we talked about it before you got here. I just said, yeah, well, you still got a random coming up at any time because he just gotten like a fender bender.
Oh.
So if you drive
what
and
do you do
get
for work?
Delivers furniture, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Kind of. On a fucking super emergency basis, I deliver furniture. Most of the time, I'm the assistant manager.
Gotcha.
Fucking assholes, man.
Dude.
Fucking assholes.
He's having the same shit as you today.
Jobs are the worst.
Yep.
Anyway, what were you saying?
Fuck, I don't even remember what I was talking about.
Okay, that's good.
Weed.
Oh, yeah.
No, man, I was...
Jason Sletter.
No.
Jason Sletter.
No, Jason Sletter. I love him to death. He's so cool, and that's why I got him on the podcast, because you get him high, and he just fucking goes off in these fucking tangents, and it's fucking hilarious. But there was another point to that, me bringing that up, but I don't remember
Something about my band
now.
and you saying nice things about me. I'm having a down day, so I'm going to go with that.
No, no, I was talking about your band, and good. Why the fuck is punk rock so fun? That was the point I was going to get to. Why the fuck is punk rock so fun? Like, it is one of the funnest forms of music. It is, especially rock music. Fuck.
I think it's three things. It's the aggression, it's the simplicity, and it's the upbeatness of it. I think.
Because like I take Sublime because Sublime is a form of punk rock, ska
sort
punk,
of, yeah.
you know. Yeah. Dude, like that band had the fucking worst subject matter with the most fun vibe. It's fun, dancey fucking vibe. And I remember listening to Sublime, pretty much right after it came out, and asking my mom because I was curious what she thought. Yeah, I was curious what she thought, and I said, "Mom, what do you think of this?" And I can't remember. It was some fucked up Sublime song, and she's like, "No, no." But I'm like, you might like the vibe. Punk rock's fun.
Yeah, it is, and I think that's what draws people into it. Like, I think the simplicity at its core is like what really brings people into punk rock because it's 4 chords most of the time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. There's not a lot. There's no we do a little bit of stuff in like what is it 6/4 time where it's like kind of that waltzy kind of. Yeah. It's just like breakdowns of the song. We're playing almost everything in 4/4, and it's just easy for people to grasp, I think.
So on the flip side of that, or not the flip side, but you played some covers. You don't normally play covers the other night. And,
oh God!
And thank you. That was a special request, by the way. I appreciate that. But just off the top of my head, Journey, Foreigner. Feel Like Making Love.
Bad Company.
It was Bad Company. Feel Like Making Love. And you turned it into like your own total like badass punk rock cover. How the fuck, like, you hate doing it, but you did it and fucking killed it. Like,
what we did with that one is Goldfinger, the band Goldfinger, actually has a cover of that song.
Okay.
So we took parts of their song and parts of the original Bad Company song and kind of mixed them together. And then I changed the lyrics to Feel Like Taking Drugs because that's just who I am as a person.
Yeah.
Just the whole thing is to have fun, you know. Like I hate playing in bands who take themselves too seriously, and we don't at all. I mean, we take our practices seriously. Like when we put on a show, we want to make sure we're tight.
Well, I mean, I just think of it as it's art. Like we've talked about, I think before, it's just art. Like you want to deliver your art seriously.
Yes.
Whatever your art is, if your art is fucking being goofy, if it's being, you know what I mean, you want to deliver it seriously.
Yeah, there's a big difference between taking what you're doing seriously and taking yourself too seriously.
Yes, that is exactly it. Yeah, it's like we put in a lot of practice hours to make sure that show was going to be as tight as it was. But if we're in the moment and I miss a note or I fuck up, like you'll see me on stage, I'll just like look at the crowd and be like, fucking. You're seeing live music.
Yeah.
That's what's happening right now. Like people are going to fuck up. Like if you go see a show and they don't fuck up, I almost guarantee you they have a tape machine in the back that's covering something that they're doing. Yeah. Like, I don't know. I like seeing things with flaws, you know? It reminds me that I'm seeing real shit happen in real time.
No, I like that, man, because, you know, I love Dave Runyon to death, and record producer, and he's a really good fucking dude.
Great dude. I have nothing bad to say about him.
He's going to come on the podcast next month. He was supposed to be on last month, but shit got fucked up. Yeah. But he loves Nickelback. And I'm like, dude, it's just, I don't do the overly polished,
no, I'm with you on
formulated songs. I don't fucking deal with it.
You were talking about your music and how it's simple and blah, 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 blah. And there's a big difference between music being simple and it being fucking generic bullshit.
Well, yeah, it still comes from a real place. I think that's the difference. Is like we don't write songs to a formula. Like somebody will have an idea for a riff and bring it to practice and be like, "Oh, this sounds cool." And like, all right, let's build around that. And then it's like, you know, I've been writing these lyrics or poems or whatever about shit that's been happening in my life. It seems to kind of fit with this. And then,
do you do that?
Yeah.
Do you do that?
Yeah.
That's fucking super cool to me because, you know, I'm always intrigued to find out how people write songs, how bands write songs.
Well, to be perfectly honest, our drummer Jeff, he's a brilliant songwriter.
Yeah.
And I don't know if
you guys share vocals a lot of the times.
Yeah. I don't know if it's the majority, but like.
Plus, he's a fucking goddamn A+ marathon runner. Fuck that guy. Yeah. Sorry.
Jeff's awesome. But like he'll often come in with a completed song, and it's like, well, you know, I'll look at it and be like, yeah, this is pretty much great, but what if we change this lyric to this lyric? And like, so I would say the majority of our songs are probably, but at least with the set we're playing now, mostly written by him. But we all contribute in some way or form. Like nobody tells Jim what bass line to play. He'll figure it out and do it on his own.
So it's very collaborative.
Yeah, definitely. And you know, if there's something clunky in like the vocal delivery that he's got, I'll, you know, fuck with it and change it to what I think fits better. And you know, so it is very collaborative. But I will say that Jeff definitely puts in the majority of like the song structure. He's got that mind for like, I can hear this.
Dude, I can tell that he is like, not that you're not, but he is like the punk rock dude.
Oh yeah,
that motherfucker is just punk rock. You can fucking tell. He's got the Chris Novoselic fucking vibe on stage where he's just fucking doing his fucking punk bass. It's fucking rad. He's got the fucking punk vibe.
Well, I'll tell you, our first practice, we played the song "Drowning in Tears," which I'm pretty sure you played on the show before.
Yeah.
and he heard the original version of that song, which is kind of a jammy, kind of like reggae kind of tune, like slow. And he's like, I hear this more as like a punk rock song. And I'm like, let's give it a fucking rip. And we never turned back after that. Like, okay, we're a punk band now.
That's fucking cool, man.
So yeah, that was the song that made the Droogs what they are now, I guess. I mean, that's a song that I wrote with a buddy of mine a long time ago, a guy named Danny Famiano, who's not around anymore. He's ditched social media and pretty much life in general.
Yeah.
Just kind of hanging out by himself in the desert making electronic music, which I kind of envy.
Yep. I do a little bit.
I don't envy the making electronic music part just because that's not something I'm into, but yeah.
He knows I'm a super, super fucking critic about music. And we were in his car doing something. Your CD was on. And I'm like, fuck, is this Droogs? He's like, yeah. I'm like, this sounds really fucking good.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, that was a real conversation.
And for the most part, like I know you're supposed to support local music, but I'll support local music if it's fucking good. If it's not, I'm like, all right, get the fuck out.
He and I are different on that a little bit. I
think it's important.
I don't go out as much as I would like, but I probably see and care more about local music.
It's important to have people like you that encourage the local music scene a lot. But
it's cool important. If I take a leak, is that a thing that can happen?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
But it's important to have
down past the stairway, down there to the right, just after the stairway.
But it's important to have people like me. She's like, fuck, he's moving. Fuck.
She was so content, and then everything went to fucking shit.
Yep.
You moved, goddammit! You moved! Get him, honey. Jesus Christ, man. What were we talking about?
It's important to also have people like me that say, no, this sucks, to get people to be better.
I get that, but I really wish that, and that, like, it's very selfish of me because I like hanging out with you. So when I ask you to go to like bands, play, I want you to go because I want you to hang out and I want you to have fun with me. But I get why you don't want it. You don't like shitty music. You're way worse than I am. You fucking hate shitty music.
I do.
And you don't want any part of it.
But I do. I always go into... Not almost always. I almost always go into it with an open mind. I'm trying to calm the fucking dog down.
Now he's going to come back around. Oh, there she goes. Oh, you're fine. She's not going to fuck with you. You can walk through there, man.
Oh, Jesus. Go down.
Sorry about that.
Sorry. Yeah, no, that was my bad. No. Sorry. I'm sorry I had to pee. Jesus.
I have to make that a clip. I have to make that a fucking preview clip.
God damn.
Just stand up and lose your fucking mind. But I don't remember what we're talking about anymore. But
encouragement has its place, I think. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
There are people that are not good that if you encourage them, they will get better. And there are people that are good that if you encourage them, they will continue to get better. But there are people that are bad that when you encourage them, they continue to be bad. And just
it's a catch-22,
flip
man.
That on everybody.
I think that I offer the right amount of criticism to get people to get a little better. I don't always just say, no, this fucking sucks. Sometimes I say...
Look, here's the thing. I have some friends who are in downright shitty bands. It's just the way it is. It's like, I'm not going to say who I think it is, and I would never tell them that. But it's just like in my head.
No, every single one is going to be like, is he talking about me?
Yeah. But I mean, there's just, it's just the fucking way it is. But you still, you go to their shows if you can, and, at least tell them you like it. I don't know. You don't want to say, dude, you need to do this. That's not my fucking place.
I've gotten to the point where I don't offer fake encouragement anymore. I can't. It just doesn't make sense to me to allow somebody to continue doing something that's embarrassing to them. You know what I mean? So what I do now, my go-to phrase when there's something that I don't like, I go, hey, it's not for me. There might be an audience, but it's not for me.
I wish
think
people would.
That's a safe way to go. You know?
I wish people would tell me this about this podcast.
Rather than, I was ashamed by that.
Yeah.
Well, like somebody listened to the Droog's newest records, Comforts. It's called.
It's a really good. It's a
it out
really
there.
good CD, by the way.
Oh, by the way, shout out to 231 Recordings and Andy Van Gilder for making that happen.
Yeah.
Definitely can't not plug them for that. But an older dude that I work with listened to the record, and he was like, you know what? The production was really good. The music wasn't for me. And I'm like, I will take that. That's
all day long.
Yeah. I don't expect me to be for everybody, whether it be comedy or music. Like,
that's what I wanted to make the tag on the SmittyDick's thing, was that, we're not for everybody, but everybody's welcome.
Yeah. If everything was for everybody, it would be the most boring fucking world to live in.
Yeah. Fucking tapioca pudding.
You got to have things that you hate so you know what you love.
Fuck yeah, man. Goddamn right. Fuck yeah.
I mean, like, Little Yachty. Like, not into it. Not for me.
Little Yachty.
What the fuck are you talking about?
He's a rapper. SoundCloud rapper.
Oh, my fuck.
He does have a cool song. Okay, I'm going to get a lot of shit for this. But there's a song called I Spy by Kyle featuring Little Yachty. And it's not a good song. It's not a good song, okay? But I fucking love it, and I'm not ashamed.
Dude, I mean,
I'm not going to look it up.
You shouldn't.
I want you to.
You shouldn't. You will think less of me when you hear this song.
I want you to.
I'm going to totally forget about it in like 15 minutes.
So you got Crony, excuse me. I was talking to Jason Slater, so I apologize. You got the Droogs.
Yeah.
Not a lot of shows. You got a couple shows booked. I know you said you.
I feel like we have something coming up, but I can't remember it right offhand.
Droogs Facebook page, DROOGS.
Droogs Rock. Yep. Facebook.com/Droogs Rock. That's probably.
I don't even know how that
place.
shit works anymore. I just type in search through the Droogs or whatever.
It's easy enough. We're not hard to find. All my shit on Facebook is public, so.
And then you got comedy.
Yeah.
You are doing the Patch Adams benefit on Sunday in Chicago, Illinois.
True story. We haven't even talked about my weekly shows.
No, you got a lot of those.
Oh, I got a couple. We right now we're doing Union Street every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. That's under kind of the Traverse City Comedy Collective banner.
Yeah.
And then we're alternating Mondays between the Dish Cafe and the Workshop Brewing Company.
Yeah.
And Workshop Brewing Company, I call that one Rotten Cherries. The Dish Cafe, we call that one Kamikaze Comedy. But again, we're all under the same.
And you guys are bringing legit comedy, man. You guys are bringing legit comedy to Northern Michigan and Traverse City specifically. It's a cool thing to see.
We're like that's the thing is like. Just to kind of shine a little light on the Traverse City comedy scene for just a second, like everybody I know that's constant in the scene is consistently working on making their jokes better. Like they're actually working at it.
Yeah.
They're not just finding one thing that works and just like, oh, I'm just going to do this for the next 5 years and it's going to be fine. And now I'm a comedian. It's like, no, everybody
which is
has
why
that
I
level
stopped.
of humility.
Which is why I stopped doing comedy, because I'm just like, if I'm not going to put forth the effort that it requires to I'm not fucking doing that. I'm not gonna fucking make a fool out of myself and these motherfuckers doing a goddamn comedy show.
Yeah. Or even worse than that, what we've seen happen is somebody will be like, oh, I'm gonna borrow a couple of these jokes from the internet and sell tickets to middle-aged housewives.
I wonder. I'm not gonna.
Don't fucking do that.
No, I'm not gonna.
That will earn you zero respect in a comedy scene anywhere.
It was just
you write your own goddamn jokes, and if they suck, write more until they get better. You never ever steal somebody else's.
That's
joke.
the thing. I know exactly who you're talking about, and I'm just like, I don't.
We're on good terms right now, so I'm gonna keep it.
Yeah.
Out of the.
Well, all right. Jeremy West,
Cheers.
thank you for coming on.
Thanks for the beers.
Appreciate
Thanks
it.
for having me out.
And now what we'll do is, because I didn't hit record on this video until 25 minutes in or something.
Oh, shit.
Let's do a fucking intro for the video. This is why we're skipping 20 minutes into the conversation.
What's up?
That's what. So you're picking
I don't know
up
how we do this.
20 minutes into the conversation right now. Why are you looking at me like that?
How'd you fucking forget to hit record? God damn.
You know me. Anyway, the whole thing's up on iTunes, though. It will be tomorrow.
Yep.
Wait, are we on YouTube Live right now?
No.
Oh, thank
It'll
God.
be uploaded later. Yeah.
Thank Christ. We definitely need to look over this one. Thank you, fellas. That was fun.
Well, all right. Jeremy West,
Cheers.
thank you for coming on.
Thanks for the beers.
Appreciate
Thanks
it.
for having me out.
And now what we'll do is, because I didn't hit record on this video until 25 minutes in or something.
Oh, shit.
Let's do a fucking intro for the video. This is why we're skipping 20 minutes into the conversation.
What's up?
That's what. So you're picking
I don't know
up
how we do this.
20 minutes into the conversation right now. Why are you looking at me like that?
How'd you fucking forget to hit record? God damn.
You know me. Anyway, the whole thing's up on iTunes, though. It will be tomorrow.
Yep.
Wait, are we on YouTube Live right now?
No.
Oh, thank
It'll
God.
be uploaded later. Yeah.
Thank Christ. We definitely need to look over this one. Thank you, fellas. That was fun.